friends, Rosa here on the farm. It's the Valley Springs Ranch. Typically I'm in the Rosa String Works workshop, but today I'm out doing a side project, something more for fun than anything else. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I'll show you what we're doing right now. A later video will tell you about what we're doing and why we're doing it, etc. Just to give you your bearings on where we're at, the shop is right over here. Let me just pick up the camera and try to show you some of the view. So I think you can probably see some of the white buildings and things through the trees there. But the shop is basically right through those trees right there. As you can see, I got my new toy here, the Kawasaki Mule. I've got my old toy here, the Husqvarna 372 XP. And I have another brand new toy in the back of my toy. And it's an MS-251C. That means it's a steel. It's a brand new chainsaw. Hasn't even been started. I just bought it about 2 hours ago. And we're going to use it to trim up what I'm about to cut down. What am I going to cut down? Let me show you. You see these big old cedar trees? They're not much good for anything, but I've got a use for them. So I'm going to cut some of them down and then put them on the sawmill. And as I said, I won't tell you what we're doing until we get to that part of a different video. Right now we're just going to be cutting down trees and testing out the brand new chainsaw. But I'm going to cut them down with the big saw first. So here we go. This is a cold start on my Husqvarna. So I don't know if it'll even start. Probably won't on camera. Well, it's a bit of a jungle in there, kind of a bunch of tangles, but we made it, and it cut down just like I wanted it. I'm going to saw it off at 17 feet, and I'm going to use the little saw to saw it off, and I'm going to use it to limb up the limbs. So here we go. Well, I got the MS-251C right here. And it's supposed to be the easy start. I paid extra for that. I don't know. I haven't ever started it. I tried to read the manual, and the manual wouldn't let me read it. And what do I mean by that? Well, I was up to page 38 or 39. Now that's a lot of pages, fine print by the way. When I start reading how to start it, 90% of it is warnings. I just got fed up and said, forget it. I've started chainsaws my whole life. I'm assuming that this one will start, and I'm hoping it works just like the rest of them. Because at this point, I don't know what to do. It said, I did see in there, it said to push this bulb about 5 times, even if it's got fuel in it. So I'm pressing it, that's about 5 times. I'm pulling the trigger, putting it on full choke. Here we go. I'm going to give it a start. It says to pull out until you feel some resistance. Well, there's one. Let me make sure that there's no switch that's turned off. Honestly, I don't know where the off switch is. I guess it's just the same switch as the fuel switch. That's what it looks like. So, it looks like it's on. Well, there's 3 pulls. That ain't much easier than my other one. Let's put it on the other starting spot here. I'll turn it all the way off. I'm going to pull the trigger in, put it on the secondary starting spot there. Well, there you go. Easy start. I know there's a break-in period. This is what I call a break-in period. Well, I gotta be honest, I'm not sure that tree's gonna be big enough. It's big enough down here for sure, but I'm not sure it's gonna be big enough when I get up to 17 feet. So I'm gonna do some checking here. I may have to just saw this one off and push it out of the way, because I don't think it's gonna be big enough. Well, quite honestly, it might be big enough, but boy, it'll just barely be big enough if it is. So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and saw up the rest of it here. Well, to make things complicated, it had to lean up in that tree, and I can't reach up there where I want to saw it off, I don't think. Oh my goodness. I'll drop back 5 and punt, and I'll show you what I come up with. Well, I checked my resources, and I've got that new toy, and that new toy has a winch on the front of it. Now, my old toy never had a winch on it. I don't have any experience using a winch like this. Oh, don't get me wrong, I've got winches in other places on the farm for other purposes, but I've never used one off of an ATV to pull anything. So here we go. This is my first rodeo on using the winch on my brand new mule. So here we go. Got a handy little remote here that I can use. So let's see if it'll pull it. I've got it chained to a tree, by the way, because I know that that tree there is bigger than this ATV. So the ATV is chained to a little tree, and it's pulling on this loose tree. Bingo! That worked perfectly. Now I can get to where I can saw it. We'll get ready for that, and I'll show you what that looks like here in just a minute. That should take care of it there. I don't know if that was in camera or not, but I cut it off to 17 feet, and that makes 2. I need 2 more. So my friends, this is my pile of logs that I ended up with. The longest ones, believe it or not, are going to be cut into a single post. The ones that are slightly shorter, like 13 feet or so, those will be cut into 2-bys. But the really long ones will be cut into like 16-foot posts. Any ideas to what I'm going to be building with all of that? I'll see that in a future video. Thank you so much for watching. Please give me a thumbs up.